Hey, welcome back, guys. Okay, so a lot of things have been happening, but I really don't have a whole lot to show you. I've done a lot of cooking, I've done a lot of baking, but there's a lot of other things been going on. So I'm planning on taking a tour on the motorcycle, and I will have interaction with expressways. Well, my motorcycle has some cards, the toll cards, but it doesn't have the RFID, which automatically trips your toll gate and everything. Uh, Went down there last week to get the uh, RFID. Somehow, when I did the transfer of ownership, it's supposed to have the make, model, serial number, engine serial number, all the stuff from the registration on that bill of sale. Okay, so I have never really done anything with it. My license, my registration's not due until next month. So they told me, sir, unless it's all typed in, not handwritten, typed, unless it's all typed in, we can't give you the RFID. Okay, bureaucracy. Okay, so I need to get that done. So I mentioned that to a friend of mine from church. He's a friend of mine, but I met him through church. He's one of our elders. Love the guy. He's probably one of my best friends I have. And he says, let's go to LTO and we'll get it done. He says, I've got a contact there. Cool. Contacts, that's something that's worked well for everybody here. So, get that done. Like I said, I've been doing some cooking, some baking things. I had to get my visa renewed and my ACR, my Alien Certificate of Registration Identification Card, ACRI hyphen or ACR hyphen I. So I got that process started last week, but I decided not to use the express lane. I've got time. My visa and my registration aren't due until the 23rd of this month. So while I was at the NLEX, the North Luzon Expressway uh, station to get my RFID, I'm getting denied. Right across the road is where Bureau of Immigration is at Marquee Mall. So I went over there, got when I got denied the RFID until I could get everything typed in, I'm like, oh, what am I going to do? Plus, I never had the bill of sale notarized. Notarization is a big thing here. Just keep that in mind. So I went over there, got my visa stuff and my ACR stuff started. But to do the express for the visa is 1,000, but do the express for the ACR is 3,000. So I was looking at 4,000 extra. I said, I've got time. So I go tomorrow and get my visa. Today is Wednesday. Oh no, sorry. I go Friday. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday, I had to go back over there and pay for everything. It was like 5,500 pesos. 5,525, sorry. That's for the visa and the ACR. But I go back again on Friday to get the visa. The ACR may take another 2 weeks. They will notify me. Email. Yeah, it's a great thing, right? But my identification card is still valid. Now, some of the other things, my car has not been registered. It was due February of 2025. That was supposed to have been done. It didn't get done. So now I've got to go and do it, and I got to pay for 2 years. And the car was originally registered in Makati in Metro Manila, and I live in Pampanga. Now, to get everything on the car and pay the past arrears and the penalty, it's going to cost me roughly 15,000 pesos. Yeah, close to, well, $250 to $300 somewhere there. I haven't done done the math on it, but it's still pretty steep. And the motorcycle, to get it done, plus insurance, everything, is about 7,500 pesos. It is what it is. But the motorcycle's current, the insurance current, but the insurance is only like 650 for the year. But I also have to have third party liability, which is another 300. So you're looking at $1,018, $20. My friend and his wife came over last night with their kids, and I cooked some stew. You'll see that in this video. I also made bread. Sunday, I took him a loaf of bread, him and his family. Like I said, they're my friends. The day before that, I'd made 2 loaves of bread, and I gave one to my neighbor. He had given me a steak and a pasta dish with antipasto. His 12-year-old son made the pasta. Oh my goodness, that was good. They brought that over for me for New Year's. I love my neighbors. So I gave him a loaf of bread. And then the next day, that was on Friday. And then on Saturday, I made 3 more loaves of bread, and I pretty much ate one myself. And then throughout this week, I've just about completed the second loaf of the 3. And I gave one to my friend and his wife for their family. And they came over last night just to visit and things. And I made them dinner, stew. Turned out pretty good. It's the first time I've really entertained a family like that, but it was so good. But my friend says, well, look, I've got a connection to LTO. He says, we'll go down there tomorrow, today, and we'll get all this taken care of, get the typing done on the transfer of ownership and everything. And since I've still got another month before my registration's up, then I should be good. And then the first part of next month, I'll go and get the smoke test, which is an emissions test on the motorcycle. And that's included into the 7,500, and then get everything done. The bike's done. Then I can take the car back down there, get it done. And all told with the I think it's 18,000 on the car. Yeah, it's pretty steep because it didn't get done last year. My bad. And I'm going to do that. But while I'm there, I still don't have a Philippine driver's license. I've been here over 2 years. Bad Jerry. We checked 7,000. Boom. All I got to do is take a picture and take all the information that I've got. Bada bing, bada boom. No test, no course, nothing. He says he can get her done for me. Get her done. Okay, so I'm going to get her done first part of next month. There's a good possibility next month I may be taking a trip. Some friends of mine in Dumaguete have been saying, where's Jerry? Where's Jerry? I said, well, hey, you can always come here to Pampanga. Jerry's got an extra room right here. No, I guess nobody wants to travel. So, well, some of them do, but they're not coming here. They've been here a year and a half ago. So I might go to Dumaguete. I don't know. This is all up in the air. I've got a lot of expense to pay on getting the car, the motorcycle, my driver's license, everything done. I may get my driver's license done on Friday because I've got to go back to NLEX station. And now that I've got all the paperwork done, and I'll put a picture in here. The before and the after. Now that's all done. It's notarized. Now I can go get my RFID for the motorcycle, and then I can hit the expressways and do what the 400cc is supposed to do, get on the expressway and ride. I just really don't want to take a lot of surface streets, and it's just the traffic gets really fun. And then right across the road is where Bureau of Immigration is at Marquee Mall. I'll get that taken care of. I try to accomplish a lot of things at one time. And then on the way home, I've got to go right past the LTO. I'll pull in there. I'll get the driver's license. Hey, I'm getting legal. Okay, so my bad. But there's so much bureaucracy here. If it wouldn't have been for my good friend taking me there, because I didn't even know LTO was there. The LTO station in Angeles is being renovated. And he says, we'll go to LTO in Angeles. I says, where? And so he came and got me, and we went up there and we got all this taken care of. Of course, his friend and everything that works there, he was able to take care of me for 500 pesos, typed all the stuff in and got it notarized. I love having connections, but I have not really had anybody guide me through this. If you come here to the Philippines, find somebody that can help guide you through it. I'm still looking for a lawyer, and I'm not going to Manila and paying this lawyer 7,000 pesos just for a consultation. And that was his suggestion when I said I needed a lawyer. So no, I'm not doing that. I'm still looking for an attorney here, and the guy that did the notarization stuff, he might be able to help me on this. So Friday, I'll ask him when I go back to get my driver's license. But another 7,000 pesos. At least my visa and my ACR is paid. Yeah, a lot of money coming out this month. A lot of money coming out next month. So I'm going to try and carry as much as I can through. And okay, well, I got some video clips of my cooking, and I've been doing a lot of cooking, a lot of baking, and just enjoying life. I mean, I enjoy cooking, but I enjoy cooking so much more when I've got friends that come over, and they were here until like 11 o'clock last night. I just love spending time with them. They are the sweetest couple I know, and I just cannot imagine how I survived without knowing them. So life is getting better, but I don't put them in the videos and stuff. Again, that's my private life, and I try and keep that private. I don't mention their names. They know who they are. I love you guys. You know that, and I tell you that all the time. Life will get much better, and it's taken me 2 years to get here. So, I'm very fortunate. I should have sought people earlier in my life here, my new life in the Philippines, but I didn't. And it's taken me a while because I'm not one of these people that likes to ask for help. Yeah, I'm always been kind of independent. In the U.S., I knew how to do everything. I knew where all the bodies were buried. I knew where the shovel was to dig them up. So here, it's not so much. There's so much bureaucracy, so many different places you have to go, so many different steps you have to do just to get something done. And learning how to navigate that is something my buddy is helping me with. Speaking of buddies, I'm hoping to take a trip tomorrow out to Porac and hang out with a friend of mine. He's been down with dengue fever pretty much through November and December, and he's just now starting to get back on his feet. I'm going to ask him if I can come visit him tomorrow. I'd really like to see him. I miss him a lot. We chat and we text and stuff, but that's not the same as having face-to-face meeting with him. So I'm going to see if he's up to having a visitor tomorrow. Maybe I'll take the motorcycle out and see him and see how things are going with him. Just trying to get into a regular life. I've been busy. I've got my gardening going on. I've got some other projects I've been doing around the house. Yeah, a lot of things that just don't get vlogged. But anyway, know that I'm been very busy, but really, I mean, you see the smile. Life is getting so much better here. And once I can navigate all these bureaucratic nightmares and learn all of this stuff, then life will get better. So for now, I'm going to eat lunch. Then I got to go pay my electric bill. That's something else I'm working on trying to streamline, because if I want to travel, I've got to be here from the first part of the month until the middle of the month, because that's when all my utilities come in. I got my water, I got my internet, I got my electric bill. And my electric bill, it just came yesterday on Tuesday. It's due on Sunday. It doesn't give me a whole lot of window. The water bill, I paid that on Tuesday? Yeah, yesterday. So today's Wednesday. I paid the water, or was it Monday? I don't remember. Monday or Tuesday. I paid that. Oh, it was yesterday, because I paid the water bill and my internet, and then I went and paid the Visa stuff. I try not to go running around just to run around. I usually have 2 or 3 things to do whenever I go somewhere, and then just get it. Oh, and also last Thursday, when I tried to get the NLEX RFID and started my visa process and my ACR process, went to Landers. I now have a Landers card. That's in this video. Landers is like Sam's Club of the Philippines. I'm not as impressed with Landers as I am with SNR. And my buddy, he just told me there's a new SNR. That'll make 3 in Pampanga. There's a new SNR that's being built right now. So I'm going to keep an eye on that and see when that's done. That one will be the closest one. That will be more central to me. If I go to Dao, which is north, and it's right up along the NLEX, but it's probably 15 kilometers and terrible traffic. Or I can go to San Fernando, which is 11. Actually, Dao is 12 kilometers. San Fernando is 11 kilometers, but either one of them is 45 minutes to an hour to get to, just because you can't get there fast. You're going to have traffic. You got distance. If I go out to the NLEX and then go down San Fernando, it still takes me 45 minutes because I've got to go through the province, all the little 2-lane roads and stuff. If I go straight down MacArthur Highway to Jasa Road, Jose Abad de los Santos, Jasa, anyway, then it takes me, again, 45 minutes to 60 minutes. If I go north through Angeles, go through Balibago and up to Dao, it's going to take me 45 minutes. If I cut across and go out to the NLEX and then go up to the Dao exit and then come back in, it's still 45 minutes. So, you just can't get there fast, maybe an hour. Because when I went to Marquee Mall, it took me almost an hour to get there. But coming home, it only took me 35 minutes. So, yeah, it just depends on how traffic is and which direction you're going at certain times of the day. But, yeah, I've got things that are coming. Like I said, life is going to get better. So if you come here, find somebody that can help walk you through all of the bureaucracy. And I've also got to pay my house taxes. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I've got, I've still got to navigate through that. So getting the vehicles registered and ready to go and insured and everything, that's one thing. But getting the house taxes done, that's another thing. I might do that in March. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be penalties. I'm not sure when the tax is supposed to be done. They don't send out a statement. You've got to actually go to Bureau of whatever bureau it is. You have to actually go there and get the statement from them. And you better have the cash. And I don't know how much cash. So I'm going to go through my house payment papers and stuff and see if it says anywhere what the taxes were. But that may not be right because the taxes paid were on a brand new house and it's transfer and all this other stuff. So, just on my regular property taxes, I don't know how much, but, something else I've got to do. Bureaucracy. It's more fun in the Philippines. All right, guys, I'll catch you. Okay, so I just made rice. Set on the quick rice, and it actually made. I used 4 cups of long grain, and it said use 4 cups of water. I think next time I use 5 cups of water. It's pretty dry here, but I'm heating my gravy up now to have with my long grain rice. But it's the first time I've tried rice in this multi-cooker. So, yes, it will cook rice also. Amazing, huh? That's my dinner. Okay. Never let it be said that I don't eat rice. I do. I'm going to keep that warm. So I thought I'd bite the bullet. I had to be at the Marquee Mall, which is over that way, the visa renewal and ACR renewal. So I thought, Lander's only a couple of blocks away. And there's hardly anybody here. It's like not like SNR, where the parking lot is full. So I'm going to get myself a membership for Landers, and then I've got one for SNR and for Landers. Yay. And I'm doing it on the motorcycle. Tried to get an NLEX RFID, and for some reason my ORCR is not right. So now it looks like I get to take a trip to LTO tomorrow. We'll get this thing all straightened out. But yeah, the bike is just phenomenal. I have to be careful though. Anything more than a little bit of a twitch on the throttle, thing goes vertical on the front wheel. So yeah, a little bit of riding on the bike too. See, that keep me from buying too much here at Landers, because I can only put it in the 3 boxes there. So I was at Landers and I found green tomatoes. So old Southern Comfort fried green tomatoes. Yeah, I have been craving these. That's why I planted all my tomato plants outside, because I was going to pick them before they got green. These got a little bit on the red side, but that's okay. These are really green. So are those. All right, we're gonna have dinner. Oh, it's gonna be a delightful dinner. Fried green tomatoes. Anybody from the South know what I'm talking about? Anybody who hasn't had them, try them. And then my special concoction here with my huge pasta, cream of mushroom soup, and beef. Interesting, right? And the egg wash here, I'm gonna fry that up after dinner. Maybe make a sandwich. All right. Happy. Breakfast or brunch. Yeah, I never eat breakfast, but a little mango, a little banana, some really, these grapes, I got these at Landers. Wow, those things are so juicy. Kept me from starvation while I was waiting to get out of there. It had been all day, I hadn't eaten, and I was starting to get hungry, so I reached in the bag and was eating these while I was waiting in the checkout. They kept me from starvation. Okay, sometimes I get lucky. This time my bread turned out light and fluffy and nice and soft, chewy, not hard and dense. Yeah, so I got me 2 loaves here. I owe my neighbor a loaf. So I guess tomorrow he's going to get himself a loaf of bread. I might even make some more, but 2 things happened. I was able to find a good recipe, finally, and you see when I roll it up here, got swirl marks and still a couple air gaps, but I'm working on it. And I found some Red Star active dry yeast. So Red Star is what grew up using. Grandmother used it, my mom used it, I've used it. Couldn't find it. All I could find was the instant yeast, and I just was not happy. But I was able to find an 800-gram brick of Red Star yeast. Oh my goodness, this thing is a monster bag. But made a big difference. And the taste is in the bread. All right. Well, sometimes I get lucky. Well, sometimes I get lucky. But I try an expanded measurements on the bread dough, and it actually come out good. This was my top rack, and these 2 were my lower rack. So that'll be the one I eat the evidence on. But I was really concerned because it just didn't want to seem to ball up like it's supposed to. Or some buttering, get the bread crust soft. Now, this stuff here, it's because I'm getting ready to make chili. Yes, they're gassing, so I got to rinse them twice more. Yeah, I'm getting everything ready over there. So, yeah, frantic day cooking. It's a glorious day for me. I love it. So, hopefully, I made 2 loaves yesterday and 3 loaves today. So now I know what to do to make 3 loaves. But this new yeast that I've got, which is not new to me, it's new to the Philippines, Red Star yeast. It's making me look good. Nothing that I'm doing that's helping, because I'm actually messing up, but it's saving me. So As soon as these cool down, I get them out of the pan, I flip them over and let them cool some more, and then we'll see how this one tastes. It's still soft though. I mean, let's see, it's still got some. That's hot. Anyway, and these are too. So see, they're nice and fluffy. So no more dense bread for me. All right, we'll see how my chili turns out here in a while. It's a fun day to be alive. Okay, so there's the bread. It's out of the pan. Getting my ingredients ready. There's the jalapenos. Got my spices all ready. Onions, garlic. Can't cook without onions and garlic. Someone was at Landers the other day. Got this Brazilian beef. This is about 100 pesos per kilo more than what the stuff I can get at South Market is. South Market, I think, is $3.69 or something per kilo. And this was $4.59 per kilo. It's 3/4 of a kilo there. I'm going here. So, as you can see, I'll get this ready to go as soon as I cook my meat. So, gotta have my spices. So, I'm all ready to go. All right. Sometimes I get lucky. This was nice and fluffy and soft and everything, which was a disaster at the beginning because somehow or the other I got confused and I used 3 tablespoons of yeast instead of 3 teaspoons of yeast. Hey, TSPN, TBSPN, whatever. Okay, so I missed a letter. And so I had to add extra flour, and then it just didn't want to set up and form into a ball. And I was starting to believe that this was going to be a disaster, and so I ended up putting it up for rise without it being in a good solid ball. And even after I rolled it up, divided it into 3 because I added so much extra flour that after I divided it up into 3, made 3 loaves instead of 2. It was still sticky, and so I was getting really concerned. But yeah, just look how soft that is. Man, that is nice, light and fluffy and soft. And yeah, I got butter on there because I've got chili cooking over here, so I will have fresh bread with my chili. Well, I know you guys probably don't like to hear cooking with Jerry, but sometimes I get lucky, and I'd rather be lucky than good. All right, that's all I got. Bon appetit for Jerry after the chili's done. Good old hearty chili with some cheese in it and bread, fresh bread. Dinner for champions. And as a parting shot, chicken breast, green beans, and baked potatoes. Yeah, I got the green beans at the market, cut them in half, wash them, boil them. They're pretty good. That's tomorrow's breakfast. Okay. Parting shot. Great week. Yeah, I know, cooking with Jerry. It gets kind of old, right? Well, I've got my preparations here because I am building a stew. I got this on sear. So it gets up to temperature. My meat, I'll cook that. Come on. There, I'm not locking it. Just gonna trap the heat in because it's warming up. And I got guests coming over, so that's why I'm doing this stew. And bell peppers, garlic. I don't know where my onions went. They're somewhere here. Oh, there's onions over there. Carrots, potatoes, yeah, and beef stock. Dinner time with Jerry.